Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to Cash App, $Dean by any means. There go to PayPal, @Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Jaron Ennis' replacement has been announced, and it is David Avanesyan, whatever you would like to call the man. Um, and it's just funny because it's a shame that and David Avanesyan is ranked number 4 in the WBA and things like that. He's not just a nobody. He's most famous for fighting Terence Crawford right before Crawford fought Errol Spence. I'm not gonna act like I'm the happiest about the fight, but I wasn't even the happiest even with the Cody Crowley fight. I just want Jaron to be getting great competition, and it's just a shame. I keep telling y'all, I see people making videos and things like that. Um, that I'm just backing off what I was saying, man. Jaron Ennis is the most duck fighter out there, man, and he got to force people. Like you can't even put the blame on Jaron Ennis at this point. Everybody he want to fight, they don't want to fight him, and it's clear as day. From Terence Crawford to Mario Barrios, they all have denied him. If I want to fight you and you deny me, how you gonna blame Jaron Ennis? But the whole Philly, we gonna be in the building. I'm glad it's a name. I'm glad it's somebody that we know of. Somebody whose name has been in the YouTube streets for the right or wrong reasons the last year and a half or so. So I think it's going to be a good look for Jaron Ennis. I don't say a great look. There ain't really no great looks at 147 to me for Jaron Ennis besides Stan Jonas and Mario Barrios and maybe a Connor Ben. But all the rest of the guys, I just think is just easy work, even though I think those guys are easy work too. I just think Jaron Ennis is so much head and shoulders better than the people that's his competition that no fight, me truly, I think is a real fight for him. Not even at 154, not even a Jermell Charlo, not even only fighter at 154 I think could get a man a hard time is Terence Crawford, and that's about it. And I think that I would pick Jaron Ennis to win that fight. So like Earl and I see what's his name? Fundora is a hard fighter for anybody just off the height. So the height, yeah, that'd be maybe cause some issues. But as far as boxing skills, there ain't nobody at the 147 or 154 division that I'm too worried about beating Jaron Ennis. David Avanesyan, him and Jaron is a fight that I just hope that Jaron Ennis just massacres Bull. Like at the end of the day, because um, I want him to show that he could do everything that Terence Crawford did. Don't even make it look close because then you already know the narrative. Oh, he got in there with David Avanesyan after Terence Crawford, and it didn't even look half as good. You already know how people gonna say Terence Crawford got him out of there. So Boots, go in there, get that man out of there. Don't play with him. Take all your anger out. And I'm paying for the ticket, y'all. I'm going to be sideline. You hear me? I'm going to be right there, ringside. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm going to be right there in attendance. I still want to see a massacre, though. I want to see a massacre. That's what I'm coming to see because it's going to have people putting respect on Jaron in his name. I never seen a fighter have to beg every other fighter to fight him, man. It's just crazy at this point. I'm proud of David Avanesyan for taking a fight because I know initially he wasn't too keen on Boots when he had a little higher name, but now this the perfect fight to get his name back into the spotlight and get people talking about him again. And if David Avanesyan puts up a good fight, if he makes this a fight, then he'll be able to get all the other fights that he wants because people will be like, well, he went in there with Boots and put up a great performance, so we got to check him out. It's just unfortunate to me, y'all, because I just think that Jaron Ennis is too good of a fighter. He deserves way more opportunities than he's getting. But I also think that's partially his greatness is working against him. Jaron Ennis is reminding me a lot of Winky Wright. Y'all remember when Winky Wright was at the 160 division and it just seemed like because he was southpaw and a defensive fighter, like nobody wanted to fight him. Like all the top guys, they just would not fight him at that time, and for great reasons. Even some of the more notable guys at 160 at that time, from Tarver and dudes like that. Tarver was a weight class above, but I mean, even the guys that came from his weight class, Winky Wright, as quiet as it's kept, a lot of guys moved up and left the middleweight division because of Winky Wright. They did not want to fight him. So I just think Jaron Ennis is suffering from that same thing. But y'all already know, man. Philly, we in the building. It's going to be packed out. I just think it's going to be a great environment for Jaron Ennis because I think mostly, man, Philly, we the type city, man, when we behind you, we going to support it just because we see you trying, just because we know you deserve it. So it's going to be packed out regardless of, whoever he fighting in there. But I'm very excited for Jaron Ennis to just show his separation, man. I'm glad that it's still a name. I'm not surprised by the name. I knew this as it was a high possibility. This would be the fight. I just think that there's nobody at that weight class besides the two main guys that's just refused to fight him, and the reason why he had to go to Matchroom anyway. So if it's not Mario Barrios, Terence Crawford, or Stan Jonas, it's not gonna really shake up the world for Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis is just suffering because he's at a weight division that's not popping right now. And then the top guys there, they're not willing to fight him. So when that's the case, it's going to be hard for you. And people telling Jaron to move up. He do want to move up. He will move up. But you can't leave stuff on the board. You want them acknowledgments and accomplishments because what you got to understand, y'all, when you at the smaller weight classes and at a weight class that don't have a lot of names, you have to get the achievements. If the weight class don't got a lot of names, you have to get the achievements. So when people look back on your career and your legacy, they can say Jaron Ennis, undisputed at 147, moved up to 154, undisputed there, blase, blase, blah. That's how it got to go when you don't have a lot of names in a weight class. Now, divisions like 140 and 135 that got a lot of names, you don't have to fight for belts and all that. We just so in tune. We want to see y'all rumble. We don't really care about all the rest of the stuff. But at the other divisions, in order to get people interested in Boots versus a Brian Norman or Boots versus whoever at that division, the belt will have to be on the line. Just to give it that much more intrigue. So people ask what the belts is for. The belts is just for divisions that don't have a lot of intrigue to put respect on the fighters' names that's in them divisions. I'm going to say it again. Fighters that don't have a name, the belt is there to put respect on their name. So you can't ignore them. The belts is just like a safety net. So fighters can't just go around people. But what we've been finding out, y'all, in 2024 and then 2023, 2022, is that it don't even really matter. Like, people still finding ways to not fight their mandatories or not fight not unify. You see what they doing with Devin Haney. Everybody telling Devin Haney to fight his mandatory instead of trying to unify. So, and he's forced. I don't even think he will fight Sandor Martin. I think he only fighting him because he's forced to fight him at this point in time in his career. So y'all already know, man. I'm just, like I said, man, I just feel as though Boots, and this is why you got people like me, man, that's going to keep shouting his name, keep telling y'all how good he is, because I just believe Boots is a generational talent in a division that don't got a lot of talent. And there's nothing he could do about his body type, his body size, where the year he was born, a bunch of the things that's playing against him right now. So if I'm Boots, man, I just need Boots to stay very active. You can't fight a David Avanesyan and then fight 8 months from now or another 10 months from now. Like, nah, bro, you got to go in there, demolish David Avanesyan, take your 3 months off, have another fight in 4 or 5 months. So I'm expecting to see Boots again anywhere from November to December. I need you in the ring, November, December, because this your first fight of this year. So you got to fight twice this year. You can't take another 6, 7, 8 months off. So this is what I'm saying about fighters. Boots the type of fighter when you at a division that don't got a lot of names, you got to fight 3 times a year at minimum. I don't like this 2 fight a year. 2 fights a year is for people that's in divisions that got names, that got Errol Spence. He can fight Fundora, then fight a Tim Tszyu, and that'd be cool. Then fight Earl and Jermell or something next year. That's cool. Terence Crawford, the same thing. He can fight y'all know the boy he about to fight. I don't know why I forgot his name that quick, but the boy he about to fight and then fight a Fundora and Tim Tszyu, and we be like, cool, because they somewhat of names. They somewhat of names of people we'd be kind of interested in. But when you got David you can't fight David Avanesyan and then fight Cody Crowley and that be good enough for. It's like, nah. So Jaron has to get in there another time before this year is out. And I'm hoping that it's with a Mario Barrios or Stan Jonas. That's the type of, if you only gonna fight twice a year, one of them names need to be a major name of somebody we want to see you fight. So y'all already know what this is, man. Dame, Bye, Any, Means, and I holla at y'all.